A very good morning to all of you. I hope you are healthy and safe at home. Welcome to this class of science. Dear students, today we are going to start a new chapter. Before I introduce this chapter, let's see around us. There are so many things in our surrounding. They are made up of different materials. As we all know that different materials have different properties. You have studied some properties of materials in your previous class. Let's recall those properties. Some materials are shiny in appearance, while others appear dull. Some materials are hard, while others are not very hard. Let's have an activity to understand this. You are familiar with a number of materials like iron, coal, sulfur, aluminium, copper. Let us have a look on their appearance and hardness. In appearance, we will see that the material is shiny or dull, while in the point of hardness, we will look whether material is very hard or not very hard. First of all, let us look at iron. In appearance, it is shiny, and in hardness it is very hard. Next one is coal. In appearance it is dull and it is not very hard. Likewise, sulfur is dull and not very hard. While aluminium is shiny and very hard. Further, copper is shiny and very hard. Dear students, here we can see that iron, aluminium, copper are shiny and very hard. These materials are categorized into metals. The rest of these are non-metals. Thus, we can say that materials which have shiny appearance with hardness are metals, while the materials which are dull and not very hard are called non-metals. But there are some exceptions that we will discuss later on. Dear students, today we are going to start our new chapter, materials, metals and non-metals. At the end of this part, you will be able to define metals and non-metals. You will also be able to understand the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Now we are going to talk about physical properties of metals and non-metals. The properties which are externally visible are called physical properties. The first property that we are going to talk about is luster. What do you mean by the term luster? It is the state or quality of shining by reflecting light. So, we can say that luster means a shining surface. If you look at the metals in their pure form, they will always have a shiny surface. Generally, metals are lustrous. Example, gold, silver, copper, aluminium. On the other side, non-metals do not have any shiny surface. Now you have to discuss with your parents why gold is preferred for jewelry. Let's move on for next property. Next property is hardness. You have studied in class 6th that some materials cannot be compressed easily. Such materials are called hard materials. Metals are generally hard. However, the hardness might vary from one metal to another. Some metals are very hard, some other metal might be quite soft, but as such, metals when compared to non-metals, they are hard. However, there is some exceptional case also. Metals like sodium and potassium are so soft that they can be cut with a knife easily. Now you have to tell me why cutting tools are made of metals. The next property is malleability. So, what is malleability? This is the property by which materials can be beaten into thin sheets. Have you ever used aluminium foil for wrapping your food? Have you seen these kind of boxes we used to pack food items? These are made up of aluminium sheets. How do you get such thin sheets out of a hard metal like aluminium? On beating metals, they are able to change their shape. Aluminium foil is just one example which shows the property of malleability. Another example would be the silver foil, which is used for decorating sweets. Metals are malleable. However, non-metals do not show this property of malleability. Do you know gold and silver are the most malleable metals? The next property is ductility. Now it is also a little similar to malleability, but in this case it is the ability of materials to be drawn into thin wires. You would have copper wires, aluminium wires. In fact, gold, silver, all of them can be drawn into thin wires. Metals are ductile. However, non-metals do not show the property of ductility. Copper wires are used for wiring purposes. On the other hand, aluminium wires are used for fencing and binding things. You would be surprised to know that a wire of 2 km length can be drawn from 1 gram of gold. That's why gold is said to be the most ductile metal. Now we will see a video together for better understanding of this concept.
The terms metals and non-metals. Can you look around and see if they exist in your surroundings? What is your table made up of? Aluminium or wood? What about the phone or the laptop you're viewing this video on? Is it made up of metals and non-metals? As a matter of fact, it is. Almost everything around will be made up of either a metal or a non-metal. But how do you differentiate between the two? Is it as easy as the difference between the two colors black and white? Well, for that, let us look at the physical properties of each category in detail. Let us take for example the ornaments. Any of the ornaments will do. What do you have to say about them? You will observe that most of them are made up of gold or silver. Let us look at them closely. Do they have a shining surface? Or even the aluminium utensil in the kitchen? Does it shine? Of course, both gold and aluminium have a certain shine. Do you know what this shine is called? Well, it is called luster, and as both gold and aluminium are metals, this is known as metallic luster. Now we know that metals have a metallic luster. Now if the utensil drops on the floor, does it break into parts? No, right? That is because metals are generally hard in nature. However, this hardness varies from metal to metal. A very thin plate of gold, for example, can be easily broken with a little pressure. Plate? Did I say plate of gold? How do you think huge aluminium sheets are made? Or sheets of copper or zinc? If I take a hammer and beat them, will they break or will they turn into sheets? It is the amazing property of metals to be beaten into sheets. And we call this property of metals as malleability of metals. Most metals can be beaten into thin sheets. Do you know another important property of metals? Have you ever seen copper wires or thin gold wires used to make jewelry? Metals, by nature, can also be drawn into wires. Do you have any clue as to what this property is called? It's called ductility of metals. The ability of metals to be drawn into wires is called ductility. There is an amazing fact I want you to know. A single gram of gold can be drawn into a 2-kilometer long wire. Isn't that?
Now we will look the next property, which is heat conduction. You have studied in previous classes that conductors are materials which allow heat to pass through them. Metals are good conductors of heat. Just think of your utensils and you will understand it all. All the cooking utensils are made up of metals. On the other hand, non-metals do not conduct heat. Now you have to think why cooking utensils are provided with wooden or plastic handle. Next property is conduction of electricity. Metals are also very good conductors of electricity. That's why metals are being used for all sort of electricity production in our homes. Metals allow electricity to pass through them. However, non-metals do not allow electricity to pass through them. They are known as bad conductors of electricity. The handles of tools like screwdrivers and pliers used by electricians for repair work usually have plastic or rubber covers on them. Can you explain why? Another important property of materials is sonorous. It is the property of materials to make a ringing sound when they are hit. Metals are sonorous as they produce ringing sounds. Such ringing sounds are not produced by non-metals. Now you have to think why Bells are made of metals but not wood. Let's see a video together for better understanding of this concept.
We learned 4 properties of metals in our earlier video. Can you name them for me? Metallic luster, malleability, ductility, and that they are hard. These were the 4 properties, right? Can you think of some more properties of metals? Metal utensils are used for cooking, aren't they? Why do you think they're used for this purpose? Which energy do we need to cook food? Heat energy. Correct. We need heat energy to cook food, and metal utensils are good conductors of heat. They help transfer heat evenly through the entire surface and provide even heating. No doubt, most metals are known to be good conductors of heat. Do you know the 2 best conductors of heat? They are silver and copper. 2 other metals like lead and mercury are comparatively poor conductors of heat. Electric wires were also made up of metals, right? Why is that? It's because they are good conductors of electricity too. If we have a battery and a bulb connected in a circuit with a metal wire, you will see that the bulb will glow when the switch is closed. And because they are good conductors of electricity, they are coated with rubber-like material. This rubber-like material acts as an insulator which protects us from being electrocuted if we touch the wire by mistake. Do you know any other property of metals? What happens when we strike a metal on a hard surface? Like utensils banging against the sink. Can you hear a sound produced by metal? Yes, this is another property of metals. We can call metals as sonorous, meaning they produce sound when hit against a hard surface. No doubt, school bells, church bells, or the bells in a temple are made up of metals. If these are the characteristics of metals, what do you think will be the characteristics of non-metals? In simple words, just the opposite of metals. In a nutshell, non-metals like carbon, iodine, or sulfur do not have luster. They do not shine and are brittle in nature. What do we mean by brittle? They cannot be beaten into sheets or wires, as most of them turn into powder when hit by a hard substance. Non-metals can also be gases like oxygen, hydrogen, or solids like carbon, sulfur, etc. Do you know of any non-metal in the liquid state? Bromine is the only non-metal which is in the liquid state. Non-metals do not conduct heat or electricity, and they do not produce that sound when hit against a hard surface. This means that they do not have the property of sonority. So isn't it easy and simple to differentiate between metals and non-metals only on the basis of their physical properties?
Do you know all metals are solid except mercury, which is liquid at room temperature? It's time for you to note down the key points. What have we learnt today? Different materials have different properties. Some physical properties of materials are luster, hardness, malleability, ductility, sonorous, heat, and electrical conductivity. Luster is the quality of shining. Metals are lustrous, while non-metals have no luster. Hardness is the ability of materials not to compress easily. Metals are hard, while non-metals are soft. Malleability is the property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets. Non-metals do not show the property of malleability. ductility is the property of metals by which they can be drawn into thin wires. Non-metals do not show the property of ductility. Generally, metals are good conductors of heat and electricity, but non-metals are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Sonorous is the property of metals which produces ringing sounds on hitting. Non-metals do not show this property. Materials which are hard, lustrous, malleable, ductile, sonorous and good conductors of heat and electricity are called metals. Materials which are soft, dull, brittle, not malleable and ductile, not sonorous and bad conductors of heat and electricity are called non-metals. It's time to note down your home assignment. Question number 1. Which of the following can be beaten into thin sheets? A. Zinc, B. Phosphorus, C. Sulfur, D. Oxygen. Question number 2. Which of the following statements is correct? A. All metals are ductile. B. All non-metals are ductile. C. Generally, metals are ductile. D. Some non-metals are ductile. Question number 3. Define the following terms. 1. Metals. 2. Non-metals. 3. Luster. 4. Malleability. 5. Ductility. 6. Sonorous. Question number 4. Distinguish between metals and non-metals on the basis of appearance, hardness, malleability, ductility, heat conduction, conduction of electricity. Thank you and have a nice day.